Alright, bitches, so today's just gonna be me eating my lunch at work. I'm the only one in the office and I close my door. And we're just gonna have a nice little mukbang here. I think recording a video on my lunch break is ideal because no one is here, so I don't have anyone to like talk to or eat lunch with. Because everyone is working from home. But I had to come in today, so I'm here. I went to my local grocery store, or the local grocery store to my job, and I got some chicken. I ate some of it in the car. I think grocery store chicken is so underrated. So that's what I'm chewing on today. I'm sorry if this is too loud. I do have a napkin. I just like licking my hands. I wanted to get you guys a view of my plate because if I put it there, you guys can see it. I'm gonna try to push you back over here. You're propped against my backpack. Okay. And then I got some hot sauce in my purse. This is my purse. I'm gonna do a go through my purse video with me. But I want to get like some pouches because everything just is thrown in there and it's no organization and it might stress people out instead of relaxing people. But I do got hot sauce in my purse. Swag. It's off-brand hot sauce. My favorite brand is Louisiana, but we gotta work with what we got. I feel like Louisiana hot sauce is mostly popular in the South. You guys know I like hot wings. I'm so sorry if it's loud. I'm at work, so I'm on a busy street. But there's always noises in the background of my video. I got a Red Bull because your girl is sleepy today. I went to a Pink Sweat concert last night, and he was amazing, but it ended at like 10:30, and I didn't go to bed till like midnight because of traffic and stuff. So we're trucking along. But yeah, I ordered a new microphone that will be here tomorrow morning. So the video you see after this should be with the microphone. We'll see. My job has been so boring these last few weeks, but it's like right before a stressful period, so I don't know, man. This might be my last year working here. I'm kidding. But I don't know, life is so weird. Sometimes I just want to quit and like travel and backpack, but that requires money. And I also feel like overall I would regret it. I was gonna get a salad, but they were like $5 for the smallest salads, and I was like, fuck that. Since this video's not gonna be long, let's get into the topic. Beyonce and Rihanna are definitely like the top girlies for black women in music, and I feel like they just set a different standard for how you're supposed to behave. Like Rihanna and Beyonce are so different, but they're still held to the same standard and regard, you know? So for example, when it comes to clapping back at people, Beyonce has never been that girl, but if you know, you know, Rihanna has been that girl in the past. But once she like got the Fenty beauty line and then she had kids, she kind of was like, fuck it, what am I proving myself to random strangers on the internet for? And when we talk about like the rap girlies, I think that people believe, especially Nicki Minaj, they should be at a level where it's like, what the hell am I responding for? But I feel like when it comes to rap, especially with black rap artists, ego is always there. Like you literally rap about how you're better than other people, and that's gonna do something to your psyche. Like you're subconsciously gonna start believing that. And even if you don't believe it, there isn't pressure to prove it, you know? Like Beyonce has never had to prove that she's better than the people that came before her. And the general public agree that Beyonce cannot compare to the people that came before her, at least in any way that could discredit the work that they've done. But I've noticed when it comes to Nicki Minaj, the idea of like being the best female rapper to ever exist, it's a lot more prominent in her brand, in her fandoms. So I'm like, I don't know. Like, is Nicki Minaj better than Lauryn Hill? I think music is just a matter of preferences, but I hate that like everything has to be a competition when it comes to women in rap. Like if I had a talent between rapping and singing, I would definitely pick singing, because just the industry of female rap, it just seems so toxic. The over-sexualization, the constantly comparing to like other female rappers, how we don't compare fucking Coco Jones to Janelle Monet, or we don't compare Janelle Monet to fucking I'm gonna kill myself for forgetting her name. She just won a Grammy. She sings Oh My Mama. Victoria Monet. We don't compare those two. Or Victoria. Like we don't compare those two. But every rap girl that comes out, we gotta compare to Nicki and the standard that she set, and it just makes it impossible. And I see why, like, you'll see some female rappers start off in the industry and then they'll just like fall off, because it's not fun being a female rapper if you could just be an influencer at that point. And also I feel like female rappers aren't allowed to make bad music, if that makes sense. Like, I love Victoria, but some of her stuff don't hit for me. And like that's okay. She still like kept working, kept releasing music. She kind of flew under the radar, but like if a rap artist releases a bad song, people are gonna know about it. Like I'm thinking of Glorilla. Glorilla had a really good start, and then she released like some mid music, and people are dragging her. And I'm like, since when are people not allowed to have bad eras or like less popular eras? Every artist that's been around for a long time, including the queen herself, Nicki Minaj, and Beyonce, they've had flop eras, or eras that the general public just did not give them as much attention and acclaim for. So I think that rap girls don't get that same grace to like improve and change. Another big thing that I've been seeing with the Meg thing is how all her music sounds the same. I personally do not believe that all Meg Thee Stallion's music sound the same, but I also am like, if it does, then what about it? Because there's so many male artists. There are more male mainstream rappers and female mainstream rappers, and so many of them have a sound. So many of them have a flow. And so critiquing someone on like having their sound and sticking to it, I'm just like, what? Like Adele fucking has a sound and she sticks to it. You hear an Adele song, you know it's an Adele song. It's like, what? And that's why I don't get the Taylor Swift one. I guess I do sometimes get the Taylor Swift slander, but she's been able to reinvent her sound so many different times, at least 3 different times that I can count of. When she first came out, she don't sound like how she sound now, and her fans gave her grace to change her sound, and they stuck with her to the point where she's like 15, maybe 20 years into her career, and she's still selling out shows. She's still releasing albums that chart and win Grammys, and I'm just like, that's because her fans allowed her to grow and evolve. And I feel like when Megan Thee Stallion released her last album, people were like, this don't sound like the Meg that we're used to, and so they never gave it a chance. And I feel like if you like an artist, regardless of whether or not you feel like you're gonna like the album, if you say you like the artist, you should give them a chance and support them when they're trying to evolve and grow. And that's another thing that I am like getting so triggered by with this Beyonce Renaissance album 2 beef. And there's no beef, like Beyonce don't got beef with nobody publicly. But she released 2 songs called Texas Hold'em or something, and 16 Carriages. And I think for a girl like me, this is my favorite Beyonce music. Because I love country music. I'm from Texas, and I like still listen to country. I have a country music playlist on my Spotify, and so the fact that like an artist that's black and as big as Beyonce is taking on country is just all very exciting to me, because we haven't seen a black country artist at her level be as big as she is from my generation. I'm Gen Z, and I can't think of one. Do I think the show released the best country album that I've ever heard before? No, but like I said, if you like an artist, you give them room and space to evolve and change, and it's gonna hit for somebody. And one of the people that it's hitting for are people like me who regularly listen to country music and listen to Beyonce and knows that like she's not just gonna put out bullshit, and she hasn't. The songs that she's released are very strong in my opinion, at least for Beyonce standard. And so I hope that she collabs with some country artist on this album. And just have fun. But I've been seeing so many black people be like, leave country to the white people and stuff like that, and I'm just like, I don't like the idea that genres have to be gatekept, but I get it, because for example, rap, if you're a white person trying to make it into rap, good luck. Or mainstream rap, there are a few artists who have been able to do it. Eminem, I like NF, but I don't even think he was really mainstream, but he was solid. Fucking, what's some other white rappers that have made it mainstream? I think Iggy Azalea, she had her little moment there. White women really are like impossible to break that mold. And then for white men, it's a little bit easier, like a Jack Harlow, and stuff, but still not the easiest to do. But like if that's your skill and you're really good at it, then I don't think you should be limited based on your racial background and any genre. I think that's the beauty of music, is that it connects with many people. And the rap thing always confused me, because anytime I go to a concert with a rapper, it's a really diverse audience, and so I'm like, everyone listens to rap for the most part. But when I look at country concerts, they're diverse, but definitely not as diverse in age. Or I think country's like not a dying genre, but it's not popular with my generation. And so I'm really happy with this new era. I heard she might be going back on tour, and this is totally the tour for me. And I'm excited to see what happens. I feel like her and Taylor Swift have some interconnectedness, because they're both releasing albums in the spring of 2024 after both releasing albums in 2022 or 2023. They've been working overtime, and I wonder if Taylor Swift will tour for this album. I wish Beyonce's album was more like Taylor Swift's, where she did the eras, or not Taylor Swift's album. I wish Beyonce's tour was more like Taylor Swift's tour, where she did the eras of, like, Beyonce had some really good music that she performed a lot of older songs for this album, but she didn't perform all the goodies. And I thought it was nice that Taylor Swift did that for her fans. And as someone who knows Taylor Swift and knows probably more songs of Taylor Swift than the average black person, I would love to go back and get the opportunity to tour with her. But I was a broke college senior who was transitioning into the real world, so I just really couldn't afford it. But those are my thoughts about just the music industry. I feel like it's sad, but I'm loving the diversity that we're getting. I'm excited for Meg Thee Stallion's album. I'm really curious as to what it's gonna sound like. I think it'll sound like a more evolved version of her work pre-Trauma Scene, which was her last album after the Tory Lanez situation. Speaking of that, I have no interest in arguing with people about whether or not Tory is innocent. I think everyone was drunk, but all I know is if someone was trying to, I don't give a fuck if it didn't hit me. The idea of like having a gun around me and guns firing in my proximity, that alone just shuts me off from the whole situation. And Tory, like, he had felonies, so there's just certain things you can't do, certain shit that you can't be around or it costs you. I don't think he'll do his full 10 years, but I think if you're a felony and you're in probation and you're around guns that are firing, like, it's just always not gonna end well. And that's kind of where I stand on that. And I am more inclined to believe women. But even if you don't believe men, I feel like you can still agree that Tory Lanez had no business being there, as drunk as he was, around a loaded gun. So I don't know. Also, the whole Kelsey situation was just weird to me, because people are like, if Tory had told that Kelsey shot Meg, it would have looked bad for like street credit, like you're not supposed to snitch. But I'm like, in no world am I doing 10 years for somebody when I know exactly what happened. That's dumb. That's stupid. And if you are that person, I'm sorry, but you do deserve to stay in jail and think about why that is a life decision that you're sticking by. I hate a no snitch culture, especially like you have a felony, you're gonna go down regardless. You're probably gonna got time off your bid and a lot lot less negative press if you had, and he came out and said Kelsey did not shoot Meg. But he said he didn't shoot Meg. But like, one, who shot the gun? And then two, if it wasn't you, I guess you're just going to jail for a girl that is now married with a kid and not thinking about you on a daily basis. I don't know, it's just weird because I don't follow street code, and there's no world where I would want to go to jail for someone, not even my mama, for 10 years. I'm sorry, mama, but I didn't do it. And if I know who did it, I'm gonna say it. And I don't care if it made me seem like a snitch, at least I'm a snitch who still has their freedom. And then he never got on stand to plead his case. I don't know if that was his lawyer being like, don't do it, or if it was more of a him thing, but I would have tried for sure. I'd have been sitting like a canary. And you know, even when he gets out of jail, he will have fans for sure. There are people who believe Tory Lanez is innocent and was wrongfully convicted, despite the fact that some of his convictions were just possession as a felon, but whatever. He will still have fans when he gets out, which is fine. Like, I don't care. It don't do me no harm. But I think that where he really is gonna feel like the cancellation is with bookings. Ain't nobody gonna really want to fuck with Tory like that in the industry. He's essentially gonna be blackballed, especially going up against Rock Nation. And so, if like the work that his fans do, will think of like Chris Brown. Chris Brown will never ever be respected in the industry to the level that people of his talent and success have been in the past. And it's because public perception and people that like actually make these decisions, they don't fuck with him. And they don't fuck with Tory, or they're not gonna fuck with Tory as long as Meg Thee Stallion is around. So I think his career will take a hit as a result. But we'll see. I think Meg should make as much money as she can, because when he gets out of jail, it's gonna be so annoying. He's gonna be doing interviews, and we are all gonna want to forget about that situation because we never really got the truth. No one ever came out and said this is exactly what happened outside of Meg, and so that's all we have to go off of. But apparently that wasn't enough because people still don't know what the fuck went on, or aren't believing our story. And Kelsey didn't tell a clear story, and they're all too drunk. I've been drunk, but I feel like if that went down, I remember what happened. I don't know. And then the driver disappearing during the trial was like super confusing. And it was just upsetting because he was the only person sober enough to remember what went on. And he was like, fuck it, I don't know. So it's all just shady on everyone's part. But as a civilian who ain't got no stakes in any of this, I just choose to leave it up in the hands of the court, and continue to support where I can, because I'll be honest, I didn't really listen to Tory Lanez music prior. There's this album that he has with a pink cover that I liked, but that's all I remember being lame. Lastly, let's pop over to the Meg and Nicki Minaj beef. I don't like Nicki Minaj's personality, I'll be honest there. It's just not my cup of tea. I think she's a lot more animated than people that I would see myself being drawn to. But I don't think that makes her a bad person. I just think that type of personality compared with like beef makes it hard to take people. It makes it hard for people to take you serious because you're already like in this weird, unserious personality type caricature that she has going on. Like anytime Nicki Minaj go live, whether or not it has beef, it's just like you don't take her seriously, you laugh at it. exist while you're actively beefing with someone makes people look at you a little bit differently. Like, I joke around a lot, but when I'm serious, you can tell I'm serious. You can tell I'm about business, and I have a completely different demeanor about myself. And I just see more straightforward and serious. And so when she was like being super playful around like the diss track, I don't think that helped her case at all. Her fans doxing people, I don't think that helped her case at all either. And then the diss track being weird and whack was kind of not helping her. I think she could have came harder, and I think that's what everyone is saying. Like, it was a good flow at times, but it just felt so unserious, you know? So I think she shot herself, and no pun intended, I think she screwed herself over with the diss track that she released, as well as all the lives that she went on, just being super like weird and spacey, which is normal to Nicki Minaj. But in a situation like this, take on a more serious approach, take on an Oprah demeanor, be like, this dumb bitch is talking about my man and I don't appreciate it, and this is me being dead ass, like, no jokes, no gimmicks, don't speak on my family. But instead she was like making songs and making a mockery out of the whole shooting situation, and it just became a very unserious topic for me after a while, because I was just like, what's going on, bro? So that's how I feel about that conversation. I loved Meg's video. The song isn't bad either. But again, I give my artists a space to evolve. Nicki's going on tour this year. Meg is going on tour this year. Usher's going on tour this year. Beyonce may or may not be going on tour this year. So there's a lot of people that are just trying to dig into our pockets right now for tour tickets. It's just a lot. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if this was all orchestrated behind the scenes, because I don't put anything past these celebrities. They know what trends. Like, for example, if Cardi B comes back, or when Cardi B comes back, mark my words, there will be some beef that surrounds her coming back to the music scene. But that's all I have. Proud of Coco Jones for winning a Grammy. Proud of Tyla for winning a Grammy. Shout out South Africa. Shout out Victoria for winning her multiple Grammys. And then shout out SZA. She should have won Album of the Year, but you know, whatever. She got something to take home, I guess. And yeah, that's kind of just how I feel about the whole rap girl, R&B girl situation. I would prefer to be an R&B girl if I had the talent to do so, but I don't. And like, the people that do it really good at it. Additionally, I have a face mask coming tomorrow for, like, it's coming with my mic. So you can expect a video soon. Someone asked me for a gum chewing video. I currently don't have gum, which is why I didn't do it, but that'll be coming shortly as well. And just thank you for being here and listening to me ramble without a microphone. I don't know what this sounds like. It's probably going to be a video where you have to turn your volume up. But that's all I have. Let me know if you have any more ideas in the comment section. I definitely have ideas, and I'm hoping these mics are solid, but we'll see. My back hurts. I kind of just want to lay down and take a nap, but I'm at work, so I'm going to get back to work since my lunch break is over in all of 13 minutes. So I'm going to go to the bathroom, freshen up, and then hop back into my job. And after this, I'm going to go play pickleball with my fiance, and we're going to go home and go to bed because I'm so tired. I feel like I got all of 0 sleep last night as a result of the concert, but Pink Sweat is really good, so if he's coming to your city, definitely recommend going to see him. And yeah, have fun, guys, with the rest of your